Hello everyone, let us today discuss tips from boerick, the question which are very frequently asked in our competitive examination. Usually we don't read boerick, these are very important lines from boerick. Let us start. Filling in the urethra as if few drops passed out. Nymphomania, palpitation with pressure on the chest as if a lump lodged there, as if our chest was obstructed, cannot sleep from worry, must get up, is ambragracia. In this, you can remember it with few drops left after, means feeling in the urethra as if few drops passed out, nymphomania, and pressure in the chest as if something lump was lodged. Okay, and cannot sleep from worry. Ambragracia is also for a business embarrassment. So, in business embarrassment, we have this thing, cannot sleep from worry, must get up. Then ammonium carb. Ammonium carb is forgetful, ill-humored, gloomy during stormy weather. Uncleanliness, emphysema, asthenic pneumonia, pulmonary edema. Ammonium mure, icy coldness between shoulder. This is your shoulder, there will be icy coldness. Contraction of hamstring tendons. Hamstrings are your back of your knees, like this. Pedal leg, their back muscles are known as hamstring muscles. Sciatica, worse sitting, better lying. So sciatica is worse from sitting and better from lying. This is important. Amyl nitrosum, climacteric headache and flushes of heat with anxiety and palpitation, cannot stretch for hours. Anacardium, object appears too far away, very important. This is an object, this is an eye. It seems very far. Okay. Angustia vera, bitter taste, irresistible desire for coffee. So if someone asks for means he needs coffee very often, so we can think of angustia vera and bitter taste. There will be bitter taste in the mouth. Antimonium crudum, excessive irritability and fretfulness with a thickly coated white tongue. As you know, it is the characteristic, thickly coated white tongue. It is a true guiding symptom for many forms of the disease, calling for this remedy. Constant belching, because it is associated with gastric complaints. Gouty metastasis to stomach and bowel. This is important. There is a metastasis from gout to stomach and bowel. Voice harsh and badly pitched. Apis mellifica, feeling of a fish bone in a throat. Usually we remember Hiparsil and different remedies for fish bone, feeling of fish bone or splinter-like sensation. So feeling of fish bone in throat. Feels as if he could not draw another breath. That is in pleurisy, is in Apis mellifica. Then we have epocinum. As you know, epocinum is a very good remedy for dropsies. So it is most efficient in dropsies, ascites, anasarca, hydrothorax, hydrocephalus, and in urinary problems. Metrial and tricuspid regurgitation. Acute alcoholism. Means wherever you find dropsy or anasarca in a particular part or in whole body, we can think of epocinum. Arrhenia diadema. Sensation as if parts were enlarged and heavier. As of a spider, he thinks, as of a Spider-Man, you can think, this is a spider, so he thinks he have become very big. Okay. Enlarged and hydrogenoid constitution, abnormal sensitivity to dampness and coldness, very important. We remember only natrum sulph and different remedies for damp weather aggravate, but in arrhenia diadema, there is also sensitivity to dampness and coldness. Inability to live near fresh water lake, river, or in damp and chilly places, as of natrum sulph and thuja. They are not able to live near fresh water lake, river, and damp chilly weather. Pain in os calcaneus. These days it is very frequent. Os calcaneus means there is calcaneus spur. Means in your heel you would have listened many people that there is outgrowth of bone, of calcaneus bone. So there is pain in calcaneus. So it is very good remedy for pain in os calcaneus. Then argentum nitricum, flatulency, painful swelling in the pit of stomach, great craving for sweet, desire for cheese and salt. Arnica montana, It is for tinnitus aureum. Tinnitus means here there is something ringing feeling in your ear. Putrid phenomena, septic condition, prophylactic of pus infection, very important. Aversion to tobacco, influenza, agoraphobia, that is fear of space. Angina pectoris, especially severe in left elbow. Why in left elbow? Because there is referred pain. Okay, and stitches in heart. We think of arnica montarum. Arsenic album, infantile kala azar. In the complaints written annually, very important. Ill effect of vegetable diet, melons, watery fruits, pulse rapid in morning. Ars iode, very important remedy. Marked exfoliation of skin in a form of large scales, leaving a raw excluding surface beneath, ichthyosis, and large scrofulous gland. Asarum europeum. It is a nervous affection, loss of energy with excessive erythrism, scratching of silk, linen, paper, unbearable, desire for alcoholic drink. Even this line is given in our L&K keynote. Asterias rubens, it is very good remedy for cancer of mammary, even in ulcerative stage, acute lancinating pain. Aurum mate, when syphilis is implanted on scrofulous constitution, means it is a scrofulous constitution and syphilis is there. We have one of the most intractable morbid condition, and gold seems to be specially suited to a wheel combination. Extreme photophobia, diplopia, upper half of the object is invisible, that is hemiopia, that is it can see only lower half, upper half not visible. Sensation as if heart stopped beating for 2 to 3 seconds. What is Avena sativa? It is the best tonic for debility after exhausting disease, very important. Sleeplessness, especially in alcoholism, and bad effect of morphine habit. Then we have Bardigo. Bardigo is for mucus flies out of mouth and nostrils. Baptisia tinctora, there is muscle soreness, putrid phenomena always present. Then we have Baraita cup. As you know, it is great for infancy and old stage. Baraita mure, voluntary muscular power lost but perfectly sensile. Great increase in uric acid, diminution of chlorides in urine. Belladonna, it is a great remedy for children, exothalamic goiter. Correspond to the symptoms of air sickness in aviator, very important. Air sickness in aviator. Bellis pernalis, during pregnancy, inability to walk. Uterus feels sore as if squeezed. Railway spine, it is very good remedy. Benzoic acid, children wants to be nursed in arm, will not be laid down because there is what? Fear of downward motion. Prone to dwell on unpleasant things of the past. Omits word in writing. Pain in tendo Achilles. Barbaris vulgaris, circumcised pigmentation following eczematous inflammation. Borax while nursing pain in opposite breast. Important line. Bothrops, that is hemiplegia with aphasia. It is very important line and often asked. Hemiplegia with aphasia. Bovista, that is adapted to stammering children, old maid with palpitation, and tetany patient. Sweat in axilla, smell of onion. Tip of coccus, itches intolerably. Bromatum, left side red lump, painful hemorrhoid with black stool, that is melena. Asthma, difficult in getting air into the lungs. Cholera में होता है inhaling में, exhaling में, और इसमें होता है inhaling में. Bromatum is for inspiration and chloritum is for expiration. Better in sea traveling, when they come to land they have problems. Brainia alba, frequent epistaxis when menses would appear because there is what? Vicarious menstruation. Na? Calcarea ars, complaints in fat women around climacteric. Fleshy women with climacteric, slight emotion cause palpitation. Hepatosplenomegaly in children. Pancreatic disease relieves burning pain in cancer, pancreas cancer. Okay. Calcarea floor, it is a great remedy for depression. Groundless fear of financial ruin. Psychiatric enlargement of fever in infants. Calcarea falls, anemic children who are peevish, flabby, cold extremities, feeble digestion, craving for bacon, ham, salted smoked meat. Fistula in ano, alternating with chest complaint. It is important. Fistula in ano, alternating with chest complaints. Anemic children, craving for bacon, ham, salted and smoked meat. Okay. Calcarea sulf, pimples and pustules on the face. Pimples and pustules on the face. Herpes, painful abscess around anus. In case of fistula, burning and itching of the soles. Great disposition to take cold, especially in damp weather. In cancer, as an intercurrent remedy, what's on OS, that is cervical OS, it is calendula. What is use of cantharis? Cantharis is gastric and hepatic abdominal complaints that are aggravated from drinking coffee and nymphomania. Usually we remember it for urinary complaints, but it is more than that. Capsicum, general uncleanness of the body, homesickness, sleeplessness, disposition to suicide, want to be let alone, delirium tremens, thirsty after stool with shivering. Carbonium sulfuratum, impotence, sciatica come within the therapeutic sphere of this remedy. Rhinitis aureum and Meniere's disease. This remedy is very important for sciatica and for ear problems. It is what? Carbonium sulfuratum. Carduous, nausea, retching, vomiting of green acrid fluid. Castor equi, it is for psoriasis, linguae, highly useful for cracked and ulcerated nipples, very important. Cracked and ulcerated nipples, castor equi. Causticum is for intense sympathetic, restless leg at night. Cheoanthus is used as an hair tonic. Okay. Chamomilla is used for an oversensitive from abuse of coffee and narcotics. Pain unendurable associated with numbness. That is pain with numbness. Chelidonium, small lump of mucus fly from coughing. Pain under the inner and lower angle of right scapula. Chenopodium, symptoms of apoplexy, right hemiplegia, aphasia, certain vertigo, Meniere's disease, torpor of auditory nerve, hearing better for high pitched sound, intense pain between the angle of right shoulder blade near spine and chest. Again Chenopodium glavium, severe pain in the region of lower inner angle of the left shoulder blade radiating to chest. Chimpala, sugar in urine, that is it is good for diabetes. Unable to micturate without standing, with feet wide apart and body inclined forward. Feet inclined apart, body falling forward. Okay, this is for Chimpala. Cinium ars, egg produce diarrhea. That is when you eat egg you have diarrhea, that is Cinium ars. Semicifuga, irritation of brain in children during dentition. Cinna, white mucus like small piece of popped corn. Uterine hemorrhage after puberty. China officinalis, disposition to hurt other feelings. Cinnabaris, prepuce swollen, warts on it, which bleed easily, very fiercely red looking ulcer. Colonsonia canadensis, nocturnal enuresis, emphysema, diabetes with impotency. Also we have acid force and coca. Constipation in children from intestinal atony, cough from excessive use of voice. Minister sore throat, sharp pain in larynx is colonsonia, minister sore throat. Colocynth, we have dysenteric stool renewed each time by least food and drinks, jelly like stool. Crataegus is for arteriosclerosis, said to have a solvent power on the crustaceous and calcareous deposits in the artery. Crotellus horridus, it is for cancer of tongue. Malignant fever of a hemorrhagic or putrescent character. cerebrospinal meningitis, purpura hemorrhagica, and post-vaccination eruption. Cuprum as is for uremic convulsion, bronchial asthma with emphysema. Cuprum made while drinking fluid descend with a gurgling sound. And cuprum made while drinking fluid descend with gurgling sound. Curare, there is reflex action diminished. Cyclamen europeum, sleepiness, moroseness, lassitude, pain around the anus and perineum, as if spot were suppurating. When walking or sitting, hiccups during pregnancy. Sleepiness, moroseness, lassitude, pain around the anus and perineum, as if spot were suppurating. मतलब कि ऐसे कुछ पस बह रहा हो, चाहे वो बैठ रहा हो चाहे वो खड़ा हो, तो ऐसा लगता है एनस के अराउंड साइक्लामेन में. डेफने इंडिका में क्या है, टंग कोटेड ओनली ऑन वन साइड. ये ल्यूकोप्लेकिया में बहुत इंडिकेटेड होता है. रस्टॉक्स और डेफने इंडिका. ल्यूकोप्लेकिया, एरिथ्रोप्लेकिया, जहाँ पे एक ही साइड सिर्फ कोटेड टंग होती है. डिजिटालिस में कैसा स्टूल पास हो रहा है, वाइट चौकी लाइक एश एंड पेस्ट्री स्टूल. डलकामारा, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, ऑफन आस्क्ड, हॉट डेज एंड कोल्ड नाइट, क्लोज टू समर स्पेशली. फेवरेबल एक्शन ऑफ डलकामारा, इरप्शन ऑन हैंड, face, arm, around menstrual period. Warts are large, smooth on palmar surface of the hand, means in the front surface of the hand. Echinacea angustifolia. Last stage of cancer to ease pain. Snake bite, bites of sting, in general. Elapse is for cold feeling in the stomach. Right-sided paralysis, we use elapse. Fear of rain is prominent. Eucalyptus, influenza, fever of relapsing character, typhoid, asthma with great dyspnea and palpitation. Moist asthma. Asthma with great dyspnea and palpitation. Euphorbinum, pain of cancer. Euphrasia, it is for first stage of measles. Eye symptom mark consequences of external injury. Ferrum mate, pain in teeth relieved by icy cold water. Important. Means you are having a pain in teeth and it is relieved by icy cold water. They have intolerance of egg, tendency to abortion, prolapse from vagina. Ferrum mate. Now ferrum phos. Ferrum phos is for graveol's oxygenoid constitution, the inflammatory febrile emaciation, wasting and consumptive. First stage of all inflammatory affection. Expectoration of pure blood in pneumonia. First stage of cardiac disease. Short, quick, short pulse. Formica rufa has a marked deterrent influence on the formation of polypi. Rheumatism come on suddenly with restlessness. Gelsemium. We have apathy regarding illness. Apathy regarding his illness. Diarrhea from emotional excitement, fright and bad news. We have diarrhea from emotional excitement, fright and bad news. Gnephyllum, dysmenorrhea with scanty and painful menses. Intense pains along sciatic nerve. Numbness alternate with pain. Means कभी सुन्न होगा फिर दर्द होगा फिर सुन्न होगा फिर होगा ऐसे. Goicum, rheumatic sore throat with weak throat muscles. Rheumatic pain in the shoulder, arm, hands and growing pain. There is rheumatic pain in shoulder, arms and hands and there is growing pain. Helleborus niger. There is horrible smell from mouth, automatic motion of one arm and one leg. Heloderma. Homeopathically it is indicated in many forms of disease characterized by great coldness, erratic coldness, staggering gait, cock's gait. Heparts serve as if a wind were blowing on some part. Anguish in the evening and night with the thoughts of suicide. The slightest cause irritates him. Hydrastis is for goiter of puberty and pregnancy. Very important. Smallpox internally and locally. Hypericum is for asthma from foggy weather. Relieved by profuse perspiration. Means if इंसान को बहुत ज़्यादा पसीना आ जाए और उसका फिर सारा पसीना मतलब ईज आउट हो जाता है. आइडम में क्या है, एक्यूट एक्सिबिशन ऑफ क्रॉनिक इन्फ्लामेशन. Arthritic deforms act prominently on connective tissue. Great debility, the slightest effort induce perspiration. Epicock, chief action is on the ramification of rheumogastric nerve, producing spasmodic irritation in the chest and stomach. Morphine habit. Thyroid, pancreas, salivary gland, intestinal gland, GIT, mucus especially affected. Sciatica, as if hip joint was wrenched. Pain extend to popliteal spaces. Gonorrheal rheumatism is for iris versicolor. काली बाई में क्या है, यूवुला रिलैक्स्ड इडिमेटस ब्लैडर लाइक, मीन्स आपका जो यूवुला है वो बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा हो जाता है काली बाई में. एक और है पेन फ्लाई रैपिडली फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर. काली ब्रोम में क्या है, वॉमिटिंग विद इंटेंस थर्स्ट आफ्टर ईच मील, परसिस्टेंट हिकअप्स. काली कार्प में क्या है, कॉन्स्टेंट फीलिंग एज इफ स्टमक वॉज फुल ऑफ वाटर. काली कार्प में गैस का फॉर्मेशन बहुत ज़्यादा होता है ना. काली कार्प में क्या है, लंबोसैक्रल रीजन फील्स वीक. Caliphos, indisposition to meet people. Caliphosphoricum, slightest labor seems like an heavy task. Calmia latifolium, neuralgia, pain shoot downward with numbness. Fulgurating pains with locomotor ataxia. Calmia, we also have weak, slow pulse, palpitation, worse leaning forward. Creosotum में क्या है, music cause weeping and palpitation. है म्यूजिक कॉज वीपिंग एंड पैल्पिटेशन. क्रियोजोटम में और क्या है, चाइल्ड वांट्स एवरीथिंग बट थ्रोज इट अवे व्हेन गिवन. क्रियोजोटम में और क्या है, विंटर कफ इन ओल्ड पीपल विथ हेवी प्रेशर इन स्टर्नम. लेकेसिस, डिप्थेरिएटिक पैरालिसिस, ग्रेट लोकोसिटी, यूथनेशिया, रिलीजियस इंसेनिटी. लेकेसिस म्यूटस में और क्या है, हॉट परस्पिरेशन, bluish purplish appearance. Laccanthus में क्या है, chilliness between shoulder blades. Lactic acid में क्या है, morning sickness, diabetes. Rheumatism offer a field for this remedy. Lathyrus sativus में क्या है, reflexes always increased. Paralytic affection of lower extremities. Spastic paralysis. Lateral scoliosis, beriberi, arthrosis, locomotor ataxia, infantile paralysis. Ledum pal में आप क्या देखते हैं, red pimples on the forehead and cheeks. If you have red pimple on forehead and cheek. Ledum pal में और क्या है, rheumatism begin in the lower limb and ascends. Lower limb ascends. Ankle swollen, sole painful, can hardly step on them. Easy spraining of ankles. Lamina mindra, nasal polyp, swollen turbinates, atrophic rhinitis. Okay, so today we will do up to this only. Next time we will continue. Thank you so much.